chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just why I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, ooh, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. At all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Table set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Happy Tuesday today. Let me see how all systems go. Hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, quite some stuff to discuss, tariffs and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Let me see, just yeah, everything's good. Let's go. Good morning. Yes, sir. All right, so Start off here with the news today. Today is going to be a Tuesday here. We have jolts at 7 p.m. Otherwise, we're clean here for the rest of the day. We have French government budget here at 11:45. Shouldn't be something too concerning. So I'm not too worried about it, if I'm being honest. We have a lot of FOMC members speaking, and they're going to be yapping today because of the tariffs. So if you guys don't know what happened, Trump basically said, okay, he's doing 1 month grace period. China tariffs, 10% tariff will be should be already implemented at 9 a.m. Dubai time. 9 a.m. Dubai time, we should have seen that being implemented. And yeah, that's because of what? That's because they had to come to an agreement. So yeah, we will see how this pans out here with Canada and Mexico here. Canada is looking to retaliate. Trump is trying to convince Canada that they're a nobody and should just join the US. Canada is saying otherwise. And it's obviously tough for Canada for them to get such a hit so fast. But as Trump says, there'll be short-term pain, as he said. But yeah, I mean, this is all gonna be affecting the markets because of uncertainty and risk on, risk off. So that Asian announcement about the Mexico tariffs, right? Yeah, he is planning 10% for Europe too as well. That risk on, risk off actually sent Asian to go fill up and bounce. So if we look at stocks, we did come and fill that gap yesterday, which is good to see. It's just a shame, it filled it like this. Would have been nice for it to give actually an entry, would have been actually ideal here. Now on DAX, we actually filled it. We actually filled it in Asian session. We didn't fill it in a New York session. Asian actually came and filled it around 1 a.m., 1:45 my time. We haven't filled it fully yet, but around that time, it filled it. So we got all of that big bounce back as soon as that was announced. We got the same move in Bitcoin as well, came and bounced back up to 102K. Very, very, very strong move here. And yeah, just another buy opportunity. Like I said yesterday, I'm not worried about it. We're just retesting the lows of the range. So that's all it was. All you have to do is go to a daily time frame and the picture is clear. Does this look scary, this candle here? No, it doesn't look scary. Is it a scary candle on lower time frames? Yeah, for sure. It is. It is. On the lower time frame, but otherwise it's fine. Same thing with gold here. Gold broke out all-time highs again. Beautiful move actually on gold. I was driving on the breakout. There was a little opportunity on that breakout trade, which was very juicy using lower time frame, but I didn't see there was actually a nipple wick there. This one here was what I was looking for here, but there was a nipple wick, but when I was looking like this, it looked like no wick. So breaking that high, that was the one. Stops below the range. Beautiful move actually. No pullbacks, just straight. So yeah, gold move nice. Now kind of consolidated into that. Now let's go ahead and do the analysis and then pick it up from there. So starting off with GJ here, right? GJ didn't really get too much impacted, but remember that selling zone? I said no sells, no sells, no sells, no sells. If you're in the exclusive, make sure to watch my weekly outlooks. Every week we look into that and we do analysis for this reason. This is why I really didn't want to sell at this zone, and actually I planned for buys. My plan for buys yesterday, guys, was buys above this resistance right here, but it blasted through. This was where I was looking for buys. So I was looking for a close above this resistance here, but unfortunately didn't give me an entry. Instead, it just pushed through 40 pip candle. Nothing I can do about that. And then I was looking for any retracements. These retracements just respected key level. It got too late then. Got too late, and then we saw when that news came out, boom, same candle, boom. We see that news come out and we move towards the upside. So let's see where we've landed, starting off on daily time frame. So daily has created a support. We do have this previous daily resistance. This zone looks a little bit choppy here, if I have to say. This is also a 4-hour resistance here, so we can pull this up to here. Mark this as 4-hour resistance. Clear some of these. What are we looking at here? What is this? This is okay, no problems. Now we cross through here. Can get rid of this, can get rid of this. Let's see. So 4-hour close bearish, daily closing bullish here. We are mixed session here. Daily support somewhere around here. Let's go ahead and mark that daily support. 1 hour time frame says what? Big rejection wick candle here, retesting. This was a massive dump here, 9 a.m. with the tariffs from China. Yeah, this is an interesting spot actually. There's no room to buy really. There's not much room to buy. But this 4 hour candle close is not the most convincing for sells. So is that 1 hour leaving deep rejection like this. Let's just mark this support in the meantime. I need a setup 5 here to take sells. So I want to see a resistance formed and a change of structure, because this could also be a higher low, right? We've just, like, we went down and we didn't continue down. We immediately retraced that move, right? So that doesn't mean that this is going to be something like this, you know, where we just continue down, because this could end up being that, where we see a move back towards the upside. So I want to see something like this, right? And maybe something like this where I can see, okay, price makes a support, but the support fails. Now I can trust maybe selling back towards these lows or retesting this, obviously this low first. Otherwise it will just end up being a higher low like this. And then the problem is, when it is a higher low, unless we can get in from here, we can't trade into all this mess, because we could just end up consolidating, rejecting all this. From here to here, let's have a look. I don't think it's big enough, but we don't know. It's like 7-8 pips, not the biggest. So more information on basically GJ here to see if we can take sales potential or not. So looking at gold here, on the other hand, gold is moving down towards this support right now. Let's see what the daily time frame says in terms of closing. Yeah, closed with a little bit of a rejection wick here. Nothing too crazy. 4 hour time frame has created a resistance, but we haven't closed below the range. We're coming back to our retest zone. So this could be a retest zone to try more upside even today. It is definitely possible here. Where this previous 4 hours coming from. Put that there. This is going to be a 4 hour resistance there. Previous one we're about to test. 1 hour time frame okay. 30 minute okay. 15 minute we're coming to test. So below this 4 hour, below this 4 hour actually looks pretty good. Looks pretty good below this 4 hour for sells. Question is, are we able to trade to it? I don't like this support area here that we're sitting on. You can see this little support area here. This is a retest zone to reject, come back inside of the range. Mixed bias today. Can actually look for buys back inside the range once we get more information. 30 minute back inside the range would make more sense. Depends if we want to cool off right now. Based on a 30 minute, it makes sense to continue down right now. But we haven't had a pullback for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles ish. On 50 minute we have had pullback, so 50 minutes fine, but 50 minutes at a target. So we have to imagine, is 15 minute enough or not? Let's see, break of low. What is the difference here? We're talking about 22 pips. Yeah, if it was around 15 pips here, then I'll definitely confirm selling below here, because this would be clearer. I mean, this is one of those situations where kind of have to see what price wants to do, because I really wish this candle actually tested it fully to know, you know. But I actually wouldn't mind if this popped up here and to take a setup 2 down. That would be quite fun actually, you know. That would be an interesting position down. Again, higher time frame is still extremely bullish, so any of this I'm looking at any of this just to be a retracement move. I'm not looking at this to be a reversal yet. There's no signs of that. 4 hour has not broken structure just yet. We are actually at structure. This candle close here. A simple retest is going to be completely normal to see a price retest the zone. So that retest could lead into buys. So we have to keep that in mind and see how that ends up forming. But initially here below 808 looking for sells is going to be the cleanest option. But depending how we push there might not be the best option, because if we push there straight, it's kind of the move done. So we want to always look how can we get in earlier, but we have this part here. So 1 hour is yet to close below. That's going to be a minimum requirement right now, is 1 hour closing below. If the 1 hour closes back inside the range, then you definitely do need something to either create setup 2 down or to start to leave this zone here. So looking at DAX here for today, DAX is quite interesting with the way that we didn't really fill the gap fully. I find that interesting that it didn't go for the full gap fill over Asian here. If we're looking at how daily time frame has ended up, we're still closing bearish here, but leaving a long rejection wick, and this rejection wick is above previous daily resistance here. So definitely interesting close if this flips and creates a support. On 4-hour time frames, we actually do have a bearish candle here. So even though this is a bearish bias today, I still believe based on higher time frame and based on the events that we've had, I can consider this session mixed. The reason I'm saying that is because these events were caused by unprecedented. It's not normal price action that caused price to dump like this, you know. And yes, the session can be bearish here. I could be looking for retest sells, but excuse me, if we're continuing up, I'm not gonna say I'm not taking a buy because session bias is bearish, because high time frame has been so bullish. High time frame has been so bullish that, you know, you're kind of gonna miss out on that, especially that we haven't gone for the full gap fill. So if we are gonna look for sells here, it's also not the easiest to sell. If you look at the ranges here, they're not the best for selling the ranges. If you know, it's cascading supports. We have a 15 support here. I mean, same can be said for the buys, the way we're chugging up here towards the upside. We need to see how the open comes in here in about 10 minutes. You know, I'm wondering if this is an option down to here, but again, I'm not that bearish, am I? Wow. So, you know, the thing with this is that the ranges are freaking massive, huh? The ranges are freaking massive. Like this range here is 40 points. Below here is another 42 points. So this could be an option for sales, especially if we liquidity grab up below here for sales. That could be interesting actually. But you see, we're making higher lows overall. Like, you're literally trying to catch a retracement trade. It's not following trend at all. And remember, this move down here that made the 4-hour close bearish, right? This move down here that made the 4-hour candle close bearish. What time frame? What candle was that? Can anyone say what candle that was? You know, what candle is that? Right, this was the 9 a.m., right? The 9 a.m. news, right? You guys need to be locked in. This was the tariff candle. So that's causing things to close bearish. Remove this candle, we should be up here respecting higher lows, right? News candle comes through. Okay, pushes it down here. But this is where we were before news, which closed the 4-hour bearish. So it's a little bit fishy, you know? It's a little bit fishy. You know? So we have to see what to do. There's a DS. Yeah, we've crossed through it a lot of times though. A lot of times. We're not reacting. Where have we reacted? 4 hours not reacting. Not seeing anything. Let's see if it is reacting. Yeah, recent reactions not much. This 1 hour, yeah, could be problems. As I said, the whole zone is messy, but you'd be looking for a wick fill. It was China tariffs? Yes, it was, correct, 10%. So it makes the whole zone tricky, regardless. I mean, even on 30 minutes, it's cascading, right? Look, 30 minutes is just here as well, right? That's what I'm saying. 30 minutes is just here as well. So the whole zone is tricky. That's why below here is a little bit better. But then below here, you know, you're very close to the 1 hour, you know, so it makes it tough. Overall, it's an interesting day here. We need price action to form. So we'll see what happens with that. 30-minute here. So yeah. What's your spread on DAX? DAX spread will now become looser or smaller at 11 a.m. my time. So you can see a clock up there. So my spread will go down to 50. 50 will be like 0.5 pips equivalent in the Forex market. So yeah, I don't trade it before that, but I do the analysis since it's only 7 minutes away. And yeah, that's the plan. Would you say because these things are high influenced by Trump, it might be better not to trade? I mean, yeah, you could make a decision if you could see some randomness. That's the only thing. But if you're a price action trader and we're trading zone to zone, like you can still see price action playing out. The question is randomness might happen. But at the same time, that randomness can bring opportunity. You get what I mean? Because if you're holding a big move and there's a lot of volume in the market, we can see, right? We can see that, like, let's just take DAX, for example. The ranges are big, right? The ranges are big. Like this little range here from here to here is already 50 points. 50 points is a big range. So that brings opportunity, right? That brings opportunity. And this is my point, is that you could capitalize off the opportunity, but you can also lose in this opportunity. But your risk is accounted for, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you want to make, like, let's say the most traditional, safest opinion would be to just let this all calm down and then, you know, try to execute after that, you know. But the good thing with having a plan and having a model that you follow is that should also keep you safe, because if things are going to be random, if we're going to see random candles, big candles come like this, then I'm not going to find an entry anyways. Why? Because that big candle, like let's say I'm looking for sells below here and this big random candle just came. Well, obviously, how am I supposed to look for sells below here now? It didn't give me an entry. So it keeps you safe, keeps you away from that random stuff, you know. So that's another way to look at it. With wild move already, can we say the whole day it would chop mostly? I won't expect the whole day, but it is possible. I mean, the good thing is that Trump announced things before London, like we have London. So I can understand why Asian was a little bit inconsistent. Like the only move that really happened in Asian was with Trump's news. So now it's up to the London traders if they're satisfied that Trump is done speaking, and then they can come and start to layer on positions. We already saw US markets go risk on, so they don't seem too worried, right? US markets went risk on, so you know, that's how it is. Anyways, I appreciate everyone showing up to the stream. Let's get it, guys. See if we can get a good day. And yeah, let's go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis, all planned and ready. This is the best feeling when you come to the charts, make a plan. You don't feel lost. You don't feel like I don't know what to do. Everything is clear. Everything is clear, set in stone. All you have to do is wait to execute, and that's your job. So if you enjoyed the analysis, be sure to leave a like on the stream. 300 of us in here, we can get the likes to 150. I would appreciate it, so I don't have to ask. I'd also like to cover some news for today. So in the latest news here, Owanda has acquired, in the latest news here, FTMO has acquired Owanda. So this is pretty a big announcement here. This is the first time a prop firm has acquired such a big broker like this. I think, first of all, the first time a prop firm has acquired a broker. Not a prop firm, has acquired a broker. So what does this mean? What does this mean for you as a prop firm trader? What does this mean for the prop firm industry? It's very important you listen up here, because I'm going to explain it quite simply. What it means is that, first of all, it shows the financial position of FTMO, right? It shows that they have a strong financial position to be able to acquire such a company. Now, this is going to be interesting because it says the terms of the transaction, which is subject to customary regulatory approvals, were not disclosed. This is telling us that there is some sort of discussion that was done with regulation, and this is trying to possibly move funded, basically prop firms, so possibly move prop firms, okay, into a more regulated environment is what we want, so that they stop. Like, if imagine you have regulation that has to guarantee a trader a payout, you cannot deny a payout for some random reason because it's regulated, okay? So this could be something good for the prop firm industry. And I definitely think now having a prop firm and broker integration is obviously going to be something a lot more powerful, right? They've also said in the article here about Owanda here. Now, if you don't know about Owanda, they are one of the biggest regulated brokers here. So regulation coming into the prop firm industry is going to be able to make is going to be able to make things work a lot more smoothly. Now, or smoother basically. Now, this is an interesting point of the article I want to point out here, is that they said FTMO plans to maintain the Owanda Group as a fully standalone business. So they're not looking to integrate FTMO into Owanda, but what will happen, and what I assume will happen, is that FTMO will basically hire themselves, because they will own Owanda, to run the liquidity for the prop firm, right? So all the liquidity will be ran by themselves here, and they basically will be a one-stop shop. The question is, how will regulation come into play when you are doing this? So this might reintroduce FTMO into USA, and we could see a lot of these things start to develop here. So obviously it is a positive for the funding industry here, and it's good to see. And more importantly for me, the biggest point here is to show the financial position of the company. So this is very good to see that the financial position of the company is strong. Hope spread on FTMO will go down. I like, as much as you want to believe that they will have control over spread, but I don't think spreads will go down in FTMO. The reason I'm saying is, no, they can control spreads on a brokerage. Brokerages can control spreads, but the reason I'm saying spreads won't go down, because it's a profit generating thing, right? Because the minute you lower spreads, you allow a certain part of the industry to capitalize off low spreads, right? But when you increase spreads, it's a simple way to make things harder, but not hard enough that it puts people off, you know? But that small percentage that it makes people harder for them. So another factor that I want to reiterate is that FTMO also made more money than Owanda last year. So they made more money than Owanda last year. So that's showing that the funding industry is bigger than a broker industry. But if we're being honest, think about it logically, not a lot of people like to trade with these big brokers because spreads are shit, right? So Owanda itself lose a big part of the market, you know? All them blowing accounts paying off for FTMO, of course it's paying off for FTMO, because the stupid dumbass people are buying them who don't know how to pass. They're scared to pay $50 to get education, but spend $500, right? They spend $500 to go buy a challenge. So you can't hate the player, hate the game, you know? And that's the shame. And that's the shame we see, is that people really don't prepare themselves. A challenge costs $500. I think their cheapest challenge for a 10K account is 150. So minimum 150. Minimum. Happened to see someone making 36K with a 45 lot gold long yesterday pre-NY session. Yeah, you'll see everyone make, man. Instagram will show you wonderful things. You'll see a 100 lot, someone make this, you know? But who cares? How does that affect you? You know? Doesn't affect anything. They will flex. They don't even give you value as to why maybe this can help you. You know? Yes, I was in drawdown touching SL on GJ long, then it came a long candle, ended up hitting TP. Oh, that's good. Came in clutch, that candle. Came in clutch. Best thing I could have done was got an FTMO, really taught me risk management, and now I use it in my personal account. Brilliant. You used it properly, right? That's what I mean. But too many people buy a challenge just trying to get out of their situation, flip it, you know? Say, okay, if I buy a 100K challenge and make 3%, 4%, I can make 4K, 5K a month. And then they blow it in the first week because they don't know anything about trading. You know? And that's where the problem is. I mean, it's a very profitable business model, right? Most people are gonna fail. Most people are gonna fail no matter what. Like, the majority of people are gonna fail and they're gonna quit as well. Like, there's a high percentage of people who are gonna quit before they even fail. Like, and that's considered a failure. So you could imagine that, like, it's a very, very profitable business model because very few percentage. I mean, the guys who make it right to the top, and to the top, I'm talking about the people who can generate, you know, per month hundreds of thousands. It's like becoming a professional athlete at the highest level. So you tell me, how hard is it right now to become a professional football player? It's freaking hard, man. You know, it's freaking hard. You know, it's the same in trading. You know, how hard is it to become a freaking good football player with work ethic and some skill? Yeah, of course you can become one. You know, so that's my point. But most people quit, right? How many, you know, I wonder, like, you know, a lot of people just quit. A lot of people quit. There's a higher percentage of people that quit that fail, right? Because they fail because they quit early, right? Pro football is not hard, just juice up on steroids. Well, if pro football is not hard, then you should join, right? Juice up as well. I would if it was that easy. It's enough to see less than 5% make it to the higher level. To a higher level, yeah, I think 5 to 10% will make it out of a batch. But to make it to a level where it's like astronomical, like where you're really pulling millions of dollars out of the market, is 1%, if not less than 1%. Because also out of that batch, not everyone is coming into the market with enough money to be able to pull out millions of dollars from the market. And, you know, that's how it is. Bro, Harry, as a trader, I find it difficult. You know, if you're going to ask me a question, the minimum thing you can do is at least write my name in capital, right? At least write my name in capital. You know? I find difficult to train my mind not to respond to emotions, affection when losing a trade. At the end, I take shit trades. What advice do you need to train for mental straining? How do you train mental strain outside of the gym? I mean, I just ruined my answer to the question. But how do you train mental strength outside of trading? You know? Gym is not a good answer. It is a good answer. You know, you need to train outside. You need to train outside. Right? And also just trade less, man. Try to take 2 trades a day will help you build that strength. If you can't take 2 trades a day, you have a problem. You literally have a problem. You know, do something difficult. Like watching podcasts and reading books will not do anything unless you take action on what you learned in those podcasts or take action on what those books, you know. You have to take action on those things. Okay? You have to take action. Right? So gym, you have to stay disciplined. Go every single week, right? See progress. Make progress in the gym. Follow a diet plan. Do something hard. This will build mental strength. And in the gym, and then in the charts, you have to condition yourself to take only 2 trades. Give yourself 2 bullets a day. Give yourself 2 bullets a day. And if you break that, you realize you have a problem. You have a problem. And you need to solve that problem. It's an addiction at that point if you have to take 2 trades a day. It should not be difficult for an individual to, if you've taken 2 trades, to just close the charts. Close it. Press X. Like, just don't do anything. Close the charts. You might slip up once or twice. Okay, you're human. It happens. One day maybe you're really pissed, you know, and you just go in one more time. You slipped up and you'll get bit for it, right? And that might happen. You're human. It's okay for that to happen. But it can't be a consistent thing, you know? That's the main issue. I think getting to the first 100k personal capital. I mean, you don't even need, with prop firms these days, you don't need 100k personal capital. You just need that for future proof. Like, you can risk 1,000 from a, you know, 20k account. You know, like, it's not it, but it will be the hardest thing is to first make your 100,000. That's the hardest thing. I wrote that. Yeah, I saw. It is the way. And then at the same time, you can have prop firms. Just depends. It depends on your financial. If you need access to capital, then the best way is prop firms. But you need to be prepared to pass prop firms, because you could end up in a financial debt trying to pass the prop firms, right? It's going to cost you money to keep taking challenges. It's okay to fail a couple in your learning process. That doesn't mean you're a bad trader. I've got access to my mate Harry for capital. Yeah, why not? Harry, what do you think about a lifetime pass instead of a monthly fee? What if you pay a lifetime pass? Let's say I charge $2,500 for lifetime pass. Okay, or $2,000 for lifetime pass. And in 3 months, you get busy. You got a new job, new opportunity get up. You've lost that $2,000 because you can't show up. You're not using it anymore. So at that point, it kind of feels frustrating and you're locked in at that point. For me, yeah, it's great. It's gonna make sure people are serious when they join. It's also gonna pay me early. But at the end of the day, I could also do something. Maybe an opportunity comes up and I don't want to run the group. Like, I have that choice, you know? I might say, okay, I'm putting everyone on pause. Like, over the Christmas holiday, I put everyone on pause. But if you're lifetime, like, you know, then you've paid. So if I, in 3 months, decide, hey, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z, then you've kind of been paid, you've paid for lifetime already. And it sucks, right? It's kind of like a scam, right? Anyone who does that is kind of like a scam, because what is lifetime? So the best thing I do is a yearly, because yearly is like one full market cycle. And when you buy a yearly membership, you get 3 months discount. So you're only paying for 10 months. And you also get a free one-on-one session as well for buying yearly. So like that, it's cost saving and it makes more sense, you know, because you also get a free one-on-one. So if you look at it like that, then it's better, I would say, because at least in a year, it's something that is not going to be locked in too much. And if you don't know what's happening in the next 3 months, you pay monthly, because there's so many people in this group who joined the group, have left for a month because of whatever reason, and then wanted to come back. And some of those guys, I'm sure, have left to go to other places and have a look. There's no harm. It doesn't affect me, does it? I'm here to do what I want to do and to do what I know best, right? I can't change people, like, you know. Right, Harry in capital. Yeah, you see what he's now he's not That's done. How much for yearly? It's on the website. It's 499. It's just this number times 12 and then I put a discount. So $55 times 12 should be, you know, 600 and something, 655, 610. So 610. So I removed it. You get 120 off or something like that. Plus a free 101. Currently working on something. After success will definitely buy the yearly. Yeah, man, there's no pressure for that. If you can't afford the yearly, you can buy the monthly, right? That's the power of that. That's why I always wanted to do a monthly sub. If I was to charge for anything, it's a month, because anyone can. First, it's very affordable. Secondly, it's no one's locked in, right? I don't hold anyone to, you know, be locked in. It's very flexible. Less headache for me and less headache, because the last thing I want is to have people in the group who don't want to be in the group. It's the worst thing, because it's just going to make the environment shit. And I spend a lot of time there. I'm trading with the guys. I'm speaking with the guys. And, you know, I don't want it. I don't want it, you know. I can afford it. It's just about if trading really is my thing and I can develop the skills enough for that. But it doesn't have to be your thing. It can start off as something on the side. That's how it should be in the beginning. Right? And then you would use the group to gain education and to gain knowledge about that and build the skill set, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be your thing. There's no harm. You know, there's no harm. And that's the point, is that you can go and experiment. The beautiful thing about trading, guys, is that there's no lock-in. You could pick up trading anytime you want in the future or anything like that. And you probably will trade better if you put less pressure on yourself. I see this all the time. Like, someone comes into trading fully motivated to be full-time trader. Then it's hard because they put all this pressure on themselves. They change their mindset. They say, okay, first let me work on generating money from trading. They forget about being a full-time trader. And then they come back and they tell me, okay, I'm a full-time trader. You know? Or I make enough to live off it full-time. Do you manage accounts? Yes, but no. I mean, no, I don't manage accounts. I was going to say, I don't manage accounts. No. In terms of manage your accounts, no. I don't. So if anyone's messaging you, no. Make that clear. I'm not. Please block them. I don't want another DM. Oh, I've been scammed. No, I don't manage accounts. But you're offering enough content to build that skill. If I'm seeing the development, then I can see buying your exclusive is worth it. Yeah, but remember that I'm giving enough information, but you're not getting the application. You know, you need the application. Almost 100k subs. Bit away, brother. Bit away. We're still only at 85. We have 15k to go. 15k to go. So we have some work to do. We have some work. At the moment, we only get roughly 1 to 2 subscribers a stream. Managing accounts is just more pressure for you. Listen, I'm kind of used to that pressure. I live stream my trades. Like, I'm gonna get I get the hate. Like, I do everything publicly anyways. The difference is managing accounts. It's a little bit mess legally and financially. I don't want to touch other. I just see. Look, I'm a straight guy. Okay, not in terms of that straight, but I like things very face value. I could make mistakes, and I don't want to put tons of people in that position. For me, that's like that's a shittier position. The last thing I can think about is if I make a mistake or something goes wrong, everyone else has to be part of that with me. You know? And I'm also straight, yes. So for me, like, although my track record is good and stuff like that, I think it could be great, but I would want everything set up in a way. I would want everything set up in a way that makes sure that, you know, it's not some sort of scheme to get people's money in. You know, that's what it feels like. And for me, the easiest way and the way I want to trade other people's capital is just to go for the big guys because they're willing to put $1 million, $2 million. You know, they're willing to put $2 million in. So in that case, that would be way simpler. You're dealing with less people, more professionals, and legally it's going to be a lot more safer because these guys are already part of some accredited firm. So I'm sure in the future there might be some way where I can accommodate all of this. But then also I have to consider my quality of life as well, right? You know? So you have to realize there's like so many different ways, and that's the power. It's actually a powerful spot to be in. It's a very powerful spot to be in. Morning, Harry. Morning, Peter, brother. Harry, your strategy is wonderful and easy. No more concepts, transparent. But I have one issue. Most of my trades are 1-to-1. So how can I pass challenges? How 50% win rate? Yeah, you need to increase your win rate, man. 1-to-1 is no problem. Even negative risk to reward is no problem. You will pass a challenge, but your win rate needs to go up. So that's your problem. So once you increase your win rate, you'll be able to consistently grow profits, right? Because even now, keep in mind, like if you're using a software to track win rate, it might be wrong. Because, you know, let's say your break even, you lose $3 and you are risking $200. $3 out of 200 is nothing, but technically the software will count that as a loss. How long did you take to grow a small account into where you are now? I never started on a small account. I didn't believe in small accounts. You know, if I only had a choice for a small account, I would grow a small account slowly. Like I would realize that's what a capital I have access to, or maybe I'd work on funded. But that's why I never went down the funded route, or it appealed to me. Listen, when I started trading, guys, funded challenges were really hard. Really, really hard. There were more rules. You had to make 10% in a month. So it was like you had to get a banger month. You guys see my stats are public. To make 10% a month, I need to be risking 2-3% a trade consistently. Like I'm saying, to make consistent 10% a month to pass it, and you need a good month. Like you don't know, like you have to freaking go maybe 2-3 challenges. So for me, the way that I looked at it was, I was like, listen, can I make 10% a month on my personal account? And that wasn't happening. You know, I was making 4%. Sometimes I was still losing back then. So then I just scaled my personal because I started to get paid from it. And that's the difference, is because I was getting paid from it. So it didn't make sense for me to go and have to do something to pass something, then, you know, and to trade with rules and all of this stuff, when I can just, at any time right now, I can increase the risk. To diversify, yes, something I can look into actually. And I'll consider it for sure, you know, but it just was never the way I built myself up, because back then I had traditional traders on in my ear saying that funding is wrong, funding, blah, 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 don't do it. You know, so I just focused on personal. But in that case, I would grow a small account slowly. Can you say how much you started with? $25,000 was my first deposit into a brokerage. Thanks, that's useful. If your win rate is 70 to 85%, you can use more than 1% risk. You can use more than 1% risk if you can handle more than 1% risk of your account. It's not about 1% risk, guys. Percentage is realistically nothing. It's a safety mechanism. Percentage really matters on funded accounts. In a real account, it doesn't matter. It's a safety mechanism. Because if you're risking, and you're an unprofitable trader, and you're risking 10% a trade, you're going to blow that account in 10 trades. But there's no chance, if you're a profitable trader, you should be losing 20, 30 trades in a row. Impossible to blow the whole account, unless you do something stupid. So at the end of the day, it becomes a question of monetary risk. It doesn't become a question of percentage risk. And that's how I look at my accounts, is monetary. How much do I want to risk monetary wise? Because we have leverage. So that's where the challenge becomes. And you will find that at a certain point, when you start risking, I'd say the major number that was a psychological barrier is anything above 1K starts to get hectic. You know, a couple of losing streaks, you're losing, you know, $3,000, something like that. That's where it becomes hectic. Anyways, a delivery came. I just need to go collect this delivery. I'll be back. 1 second. All right. Looks like we're getting some volume now, which is good. Might continue our sells. I just wish it doesn't happen just in one candle like this. This candle is a bit too big for me to take a sell if it closes below. What is that? 60 pips? 30 pips to here. It's a 50 pip range to previous 15. Of course we have volume, yeah, but no setup, so it's fine. If there's a setup, I cry. See what DAX is doing. Above this 1 hour, is there options? Let's see. 30? Nope. 15? Maybe. How big is that? You need to do measuring because these ranges are pretty big. 15 points. It's not bad. Because if a 1 hour can get above there, 30 is the same distance. And look at the 1 hour is fully clean. So if it can fill the wick, break the wick, you can get back up to these highs. So we're going to see that. See how that forms. Obviously, I'd prefer to get in earlier. Set up when you drive? Yeah, that's annoying. That's been happening for the last 2 weeks. Any update on the interview? They posted something on their Twitter or their X, so I'm sure it will come soon. PDR not a concern, being crossed through twice. In terms of which pair? Sorry, man. DAX, I'm assuming. No. No problems. We did a giveaway yesterday. Today, then we have our 600 viewer goal as well for the giveaways. So this would be nice if we got a setup 3 in here, would be perfect. Any type of setup 2 would be great here. No 5-minute structure. Was that a setup 3 on 30 minute on gold? Let's have a look. Yes, technically, but depends on how this gap, because you wouldn't want it closing back in the range. This candle closing back in the range, you wouldn't want it. So if I consider this closing back in the range, like this 15 did close back in the range, it's an interesting one. Not a super clean, only know it's pushed. Yeah, I mean, at the time you're looking at this 15 being problems. Hindsight, you know, it's a great thing. I mean, it's a good 30-minute close, this very deep 30-minute close. It's just the size doesn't make sense for the trade. Like, why should I risk 70 pips here to make 40 pips? Doesn't make sense. I mean, you maybe get 8, 9, 10 pips about out of it, you know, but that's not the way I trade. If this range was bigger, it would be good, huh? 9 pips, it's not too bad. Let's see, 1 hour. 1 hour is not too bad there as well. It's a possibility, we can look at it if structure forms. I just don't like how high it is, but we can definitely keep an eye on it. Consider all options. We have 15-minute structure, so we can see. GJ valid buy? Not just yet. Not just yet. With some this structure being formed and some closures, it could be a valid buy, yes. This gold sell here is nice, but the size of the candle doesn't make sense to me. You know, why should I risk 70 pips here to make 40? It's just not gonna pay, right? It's not gonna pay. And if you get stuck in drawdown, since it's such a big stop loss, you're waiting in drawdown for ages. So I rather see a pullback and get a tighter entry, or to just see a nice setup 3, because imagine it makes a setup 3, would look something like this. This candle closed bullish, next one breaks the low. Your stop loss will only be maybe like 15 to 20 pips maybe. This new music, is it? Maybe it's not supposed to be. No, it's from the same thing. So maybe they added something to the playlist. It's the same playlist, but maybe they're adding things to the playlist. You think gold will continue to the downside? If it creates resistance now, yes. I mean, another thing we can do now is making a deep top wick. It's broken the low already. Why, after making such a deep top wick, should it come down, break the low again, and then reflip bullish again? For me, it doesn't make sense. But we need confirmation of a resistance. So if 5 minute can create structure here, meaning 5 minute can close bullish, next candle close bearish, you've created now a barrier. So we could use current candle stops and rely on price action to hold, you know? Because then it has no reason. It has no reason to flip back down now. It's made a low, right? That should be its low. Any link on how I can get that chart on my windows? Yeah, you can just, in terms of what? What chart? You mean Tradingview? This is called Tradingview. You can search Tradingview. Tradesharpe, who's your mentor? I don't have any mentor. I would love to have a mentor at the moment. But it's hard to find like someone who is going to be, I'm not talking about trading mentor, but just general business mentor would be good. I have people in my life I look up to, and some older people are like a pure mentor who like pushes you in your own sense, you know. That would be really great. I think I would see a lot of progression if I could find someone to coach me and someone who takes big risks. That would actually be amazing to have someone who, like, you know, okay, it's gonna look over me and say, okay, you need to push yourself now. Now's the time to push. Now's the time to put this up. Now's the time to execute on this, you know. But, you know, most of the people who, there are people out there who do that, but, you know, they charge exorbitant amounts and not really, you know, what I would pay for. But I have a lot of business mentors I look up to, but they're not in my line. You have that in general sense in TS? Yeah, I have a community, of course, support, which is why I like having it. We're scammer. To be honest, I don't consider myself a mentor, but I do enjoy sharing my experiences, giving, sharing my experience, giving information. I do really find that enjoyable, you know, and I feel like it helps and I have stuff to share. Is your trading your only source of income? No, it's not. You paid to be in this group, so obviously I get paid for that as well. Plus I have crypto income, plus I have investments. I have maybe five main sources of income. That's how it's dispersed. If you can consider crypto a source of income, if you consider investments a source of income, if you don't consider investments a source of income, well, then trading wouldn't be considered a source of income then. So then I don't know. Then I'm probably cooked. I'm cooked because that's where most of my money is coming from, is investments. So if that's not considered, then I'm totally cooked. Did you learn trading from Raja Banks? If I learned trading from Raja Banks, I would trade like him. Now, he does trade price action, so there will be similarities, but no. Is Pip Labs, you mean Pip Labs, a profitable company? We put a lot of money into technology, man. So it depends how much money we invest in. So right now we've made a big investment into staff to increase userability, technology, into pushing things to the next level. So you have to realize that it's difficult because I'm the only one promoting Pip Labs, and I want to grow the promotion of Pip Labs, and I want more people to learn about Pip Labs. But people don't really understand the software. They don't know how much technology there actually is. Like, it is by far the most advanced, you know. It is the most advanced simulation software out there, and with the features that's coming in the future, it's nuts to what potential it has. But we really wanted to put that out there first. Now we're concentrating like on really expensive things, but a lot of back-end work, a lot of work where a lot of work where we're looking at user experience. If you've ever used Pip Labs recently, you will see you get spammed with 2 feedback boxes. Use those feedback boxes. We're really pushing, like we pay a company to collect feedback, and even like, when you type that feedback, our software allows us to see when you type the feedback, what was happening on our software. So we get to see like, okay, he typed feedback, I was experiencing this. We can go and see the software functioning during that exact time to see if it's just someone hating or if he's experiencing that, and boom, you get that. Is there a way I can earn from promoting Pip Labs? Of course, we have a great affiliate program that does not require you signing up. All you have to do is you can get it. I'll show you how to get it. Let me just show you. So I'm gonna teach everyone. So this is how our affiliate program works. If you go to pricing and you click on any one of the pricing, start now, you don't need to sign up, nothing. You're gonna be taken to WAP, okay? When you get taken to WAP, click on Pip Labs. Well, now you can't click on Pip Labs. They used to do it. So the other way now you'll have to go is to wap.com. That sucks. You used to be able to do it that way, but they changed that obviously. So just go to WAP directly. Once you go to WAP, right, you're gonna search Pip Labs here. You'll find it. There it is. Once you click on Pip Labs, scroll to the bottom here. Once you scroll to the bottom, 20% you get for, you can just be an affiliate. And I'll actually increase that to 25%. No problem. It's a lot though. Shit, I don't know if I can. But, that's it. You don't need to contact me. You don't need to, it's all done there. So in your own time, you can do that. A link, you see, your link will come and all the payments are sorted. No need to contact us and stuff like that. If you are someone who then starts to sell or you're promoting it in a good way, obviously contact us. We're going to hook you up better. We're going to put you on a deal and all of this, man. Okay. Is it actual tick data or second data? It's actually tick data. It's real tick data. That's why it's no one has done this before, because of the level of difficulty it is to be able to have this on a web browser, and of course we had teething issues with that. Like it's difficult, but like earlier on we were speaking what were we speaking about? We're speaking about prop firms. Like I challenged myself in the beginning on my personal account to make 10% in 1 month, because 10% in 1 month back in the day was how much you needed to pass phase 1, and I wasn't able to do it, so I never bought, because back then I actually probably lost money trying to do that. But now prop firm industry is a completely different industry. You have no time limit. That's a game changer, And I even used to, that's why on our prop firm simulator, look, when you go to simulator, right, you can choose here, new simulation, you can choose prop simulator. Prop simulator allows you to start a prop firm challenge and simulate a prop firm challenge. Look, you can adjust your max drawdown, your max loss. So let's say they have a phase 1 is 10% here, phase 2 is 5%, max loss is 10%, and max drawdown we're allowed is 5%. You can start that challenge, and actually, if you can't pass it on a simulator, I don't think you're going to pass it in real life, I think that's how it is, We're working on a few things, like a new demo mode is coming. You guys should be using the dashboard here, right? Checking out the dashboard, seeing all of your stats on the dashboard, right? This is really important to see your stats. What's your trade duration, largest profitable days, largest losing days. I'd say this is going to be important to make sure your profitable day is bigger than your losing day. Like this is some of the stuff. So you're going to see a big refresh come on it, Big refresh will come. Look at gold pullback, right? This is why we don't want to sell lows. Imagine having to hold that drawdown. Imagine you have the 70 pip stop, you're stuck at 38 pip drawdown doing nothing. It sucks. GJ, we're still waiting here. Setup 2 on GJ. This wouldn't be a setup 2 on GJ. GJ is at resistance. The only problem is our range, man. It's a very small range. You have only 4 pips here. Pip Labs merchandise, can you have some idea? Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be pushing it out there. Now we're working out in the background. I'm going to push, but, I don't like to shove things down, people's throat and keep talking about the software and stuff like that. So it's going to be growing basically other people. It's like a word of mouth type of thing, you know. When someone asks, hey, do you know a prop firm? Do you know a simulator? Yes. You know, and that's how that company will grow. But right now we're just like keeping our head down, and with our limited team, like we grew our team, but we're really trying to do a lot. Like, you know, we're going against people who have, you know, a lot more money, a lot more staff, and have been a lot more established, you know. And that's it. Add a copy trader for what? This is backtesting. I want to see what DAX is doing right now. So DAX is still trying to get back up here. We're not forming a structure, so we'll see what happens. Yesterday's giveaway winner. Yes, your link is being made. Team is making the link. Don't worry, brother. Just stay patient. I failed the challenge. Instead of paying 50 USD for a challenge, I'm going to use Pip Labs and try the challenge mode. It's amazing. Yeah, I think that's good, and it's going to cost you less as well. It's going to cost you less as well, and hopefully that makes you pass it, right? Does Pip Labs only provide backtesting simulator? Can I see real-time charts on Tradingview? We can do that very easily. We just don't want to confuse the product. Like, we have so much technology, people don't even know what is you're able to do on Pip Labs. We have even procedural data. Most people on this stream don't know what procedural data is. We basically have taken, let's say, gold and replicated how it moved totally randomly, but the same characteristic as it moved, and you can forward test your strategies and skip. Because if you have real-time data, then it's real-time, right? It's like trading you might as well just use a demo account. Okay? But procedural will generate data, new data, so you can't cheat. I love your boldness, brother, of not taking a trade. I almost took a loss. Yeah, there was no setup, right? The gold, we talked about how deep this candle was. If it could have formed structure, we'd be in a trade right now, but we're keeping safe from losing this trade. The good thing is this can form a setup too. And this is where people, like, they kind of think all hope is gone. No, because now we've created a massive range. This is pushed up around 40 pips. If you get one red candle closing something like this, respecting this range, you can get the next candle giving you something like this. And this would be where you capitalize, at least to this support, at least. You know? And simply there would be a nice little retest there, you know? Nice little retest, and that's it. See how GJ candle will close here. Oh, GJ actually flipped. You know, if this is a liquidity grab and London gets below here, you can take sells, right? Sells would make sense for me. I'll take sells then. It would be so nice to do a live backtest with people so they can see and appreciate the technology you have. I have done multiple of those. The last time I did a free backtesting webinars, there's a few people who came in and ruined it. They were haters and they just opened their mics, scribbling on the screen. So that I didn't appreciate of that. But on my channel, there's a lot of videos where I use where I show you how to. This is the most recent one, 26 minutes. I think in 26 minutes you can see a lot. And this is all using Pip Labs, right? So yeah. You want to hear something? You want to hear something funny? We were testing Pip Labs. So this is what we did. We put internet speed, right? Internet speed we put 1 megabyte per second, 200 ping, 99% packet loss. And we ran the simulator using that. Just to put worst case scenario. It runs, but every time frame you're waiting 10-15 seconds. But come on, I think in 2025, if you're running with 99% packet loss and 1 ms internet connection, you might as well connect your PC to a potato. You get better results, I promise. I meant on YouTube, like 30 minutes backtesting after taking a trade. Yeah, we could do something like that. Segment. I want to say a big thank you to Tradesharpe and the team. Pip Labs skyrocketed my growth in trading. Definitely best backtest software. Thank you. I appreciate that. And there's more to come. Trust. We are really working. I can't, like, what's going on in the background now is crazy. You will see. You will see. Like, it's, you're not gonna, like, we're just focusing on making things faster. Like, faster, more efficient, which you have to realize. Like, check this out. Like, we are having a discussion. I know people want it. Like, look how fast Tradingview is. You see how fast you can change time frames? This is because they don't need to request data. Every time you change time frame on Pip Labs, it requests 60,000 ticks. 60,000 ticks. So, to switch time frame on Pip Labs takes around 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds. And some people complain that 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds is too much. Right? It's too much. So, guess what? We try and make it faster now. We try and make it faster. Even though I think 1.5 seconds is acceptable, if you ask me. But we'll make it faster. So, gold here. Let's see if gold can close bearish. One hour candle is going to be important here. If this leaves a long rejection wick, it's tough. It's tough. See what DAX is doing. DAX is slowly but surely trying to make its way up. This 1 hour close, London open 1 hour close can be interesting here, right? We have 15-minute candle close bearish. This next candle closing above here can work. Unless it does it before, but I have to wait for the 15. Let's see, 5. Is 5 clean? No, 5 is not clean. So I can't take this on a 5 because it would break my rules. Simple stuff. Gold has an opportunity and GJ is trying again to get above the resistance. We will see by London Open. We will have a lot of answers actually today by London Open. London Open is going to give a lot of answers here. Yes, I purchased Pip Labs. Oh, amazing, brother. Why can't you take it on 5-minute candles? Can you explain your rules? Yeah, of course, because my rules is not to buy at resistance, right? So if we look on 15-minute, to get from here to here is clean, but that's going to come from a 15-minute confirmation. But on a 5-minute time frame, there's a resistance here, so it would break my rule to take a 5, because if I'm taking it on 5, I base it on 5. So based on 5, there's problems, because if it closes above on 5 and rejects the 5-minute resistance, the 15 will close below. But the 5-minute is not enough to guide the 15, right? 15 will guide the 15. Is TradeZella different from Pip Labs or both are the same? TradeZella is a journaling platform that then added a backtesting software. They do not have ticks. No one has ticks yet. No one can solve ticks yet. We are the first. And ticks is the most important thing in backtesting. Skipping candles doesn't teach you anything. You need to be able to play ticks so you can see the quick reactions. I mean, just the other day I was talking with Amo, one of our guys here in the group, and we were watching back a trade and we watched how fast it rejected and how he couldn't get back to break even. Like, there's no chance there. It's not his fault. You know, there's no chance he can get back. Like, but if we skip candles, we don't know, right? If we're skipping by 1 minute. But when we replayed it, we could see that. So maybe I thought to tell him as feedback, hey, you should have got to break even. But when we watch the trade back, it's like, actually, it's something you can't really do too much about. That's too fast, that rejection. You'd have to make a decision super fast. So it's not the worst thing. You back together with Gigi or still mad? You know, we just keep it quiet, you know. It's just like one of those parts of the relationship where, you know, you're not really together, but, you know, you say good morning to each other and it's like... you know, there's some heat in the air, you know? You know what I mean? Like, you still talk, you're not talking to each other, but it feels a little bit tension in there, a little bit tension. That's what's going on with me and GJ. She's still a hoe, but, you know, I'm not clicked on her, so she can't hear that, you know? Basically a roommate? Yeah, treating it like that. Relationship roommate. Like me and my missus. I got pending charges for beating her. Oh. Who'd you learn to trade from? Mostly YouTube, man. YouTube videos, tried some stuff out myself. First person I watched was called Eric Crown. He's a crypto trader. He kind of introduced me into price action, moving from zone to zone, you know. Watching YouTube videos on different topics. Different stuff like that, you know. I would say first probably like Eric Crown, who's actually got me into trading, would be him. You know. Trader Monty as well. Different I would watch a video based on what I wanted to learn. The problem is I got stuck into smart money. That's where the issue got, because that was a disaster. Like I just spent more time, you know. Raj from the past, yeah. Solid, man. Good PA trader. We should make Pip Labs mainstream before people steal the idea. We have it patented already. We have it registered already. That's why I said we wanted to get the. That's why I said we wanted to get out the technology. But yeah, we should make it mainstream for sure. You can DM me, brother, if you're really looking for that. It's quite lucrative. Raja Banks is your teacher? No, he's not my teacher. The only thing I tried from Raja Banks was impulsive entries, and it fortunately didn't work for me. I'm not saying they don't, but it didn't work for me. But he trades price action, and I respect that. He trades zone to zone, clean candles. You know, this is all good stuff, man. This is all good stuff. You know, but I won't say that he's the creator of clean candles and price action, right? Nor am I, nor is anyone else. Price action is a age-old thing, you know. What about Don Vo? What do you think about him? I think he has a lot of potential if he can minimize his drawdown. I think if he can control his drawdown, the way he understands and reads the chart is great. You know? But if he can find a way to minimize his drawdown, I think that would help him a lot. But I think he is comfortable with that strategy. But to be honest, it's very risky to not manage drawdown, you know? I'm saying maybe he doesn't have to change negative risk to reward, but definitely to manage drawdown is going to be important. All right, 5 minutes to London Open here. GJ is trying to close above. Let's see how DAX is doing. DAX actually reached the resistance here and rejecting it. That's interesting. So we have to see. If you guys don't know, DAX moves, you know, DAX moves very heavy on the open, like US 30. So opens I don't really like to trade. I don't trade opens, to be honest. To be honest, Don Vo is great. I like his range candle analysis, but drawdown is scary. I mean, yeah, his analysis is good, but again, you need to manage that, because look, it hurt a lot of people. He lost a lot of money without managing that, and that's a form of issues, right? And it's not profitable. It's not profitable to have that, because you will make money, you will get big winning streaks, but then you lose everything. It's like a, you know, that's it. That's the problem. Are you trading gold today? I am trading gold. I was looking for sells. We're on a retracement mode at the moment, so we'll see if we can get some resistance formed. Why don't you trade indices? I do. I just was analyzing the DAX. I do trade indices. I was just analyzing the DAX. Do you have any promo code for Pip Labs? Listen, the product is extremely cheap. The only thing I can offer at the moment is 10% off. In the future, we have, you know, make sure to follow the Pip Labs Instagram. So I'm going to post it for you, Pip Labs Instagram. Let's see. Make sure to follow the Pip Labs Instagram, because on Pip Labs Instagram, we constantly do giveaways. There is actually a giveaway coming soon. There's a giveaway coming in about, I think, a couple of days, for Pip Labs. So this will be done on Instagram though only, since we're promoting the Instagram. But yeah, this is where we announce discounts. The only discount I can offer now is 10%. You know, you can use Pip 10. Pip 10 is like a secret between us. That's always 10%. What's today's giveaway for? We need to reach the target. Bro, offer a package for the exclusive and Pip Labs together. Yeah, I know, but that would just add $20 to the price of the exclusive. Like, if you're in the exclusive and you want a discount for Pip Labs, DM me. You can get one. Exclusives always get a discount for Pip Labs. And not 10%. See, the only thing I don't like about GJ here is the range is just shit, man. 3 pips? What am I gonna do with 3 pips? But 1 hour looks good if it can close above. 30-minute has more than 3 pips. But no pullbacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. Wow. 5 candles, no pullback is not good. We'll have to see how London opens. This is the top of the range, and I don't like buying at the top of the range, you know? This might have to be a trade you get in and manage quick. Hi, Pip Labs helped me a lot to find my own strategy and put it together. A lot of tests on Pip Labs. Very good. Best software. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate the kind feedback. If you have good feedback, please do leave it on the software so we can publish that in the future. We will post all feedback. All right, GJ is closing above here. What is stops looking like? We need good 1 hour bottom wick. 20 pips to get here is 20 pips as well, top of range. This would be like a break-even zone here. Hopefully we could push through it. Let's see. London open push. Oh shit, I haven't had enough time to calculate. Oh, I think I missed my position, boys. I was expecting it to chill a little bit. Shit. I didn't get in. I opened my MetaTrader was on DAX. Oh no. That's not good, is it? Not sure how I'll get in now. This would have been my break-even zone. Ooh, look at that rejection. So maybe I would have been out break-even here actually. I'm not getting in again because this would have been my break-even zone. So ooh, interesting, boys, interesting. So I think this would have just been break-even. So okay, I feel a little bit better if I'm being honest right now. I feel a little bit better, but that should have been a little bit ready. I was actually, once it opened no top wick, I was expecting it not to do it in one minute candle like this. So I was expecting a little bit more of a pullback. So that's how it is. Out B, yeah, I would manage it like that, safer. You know, this is the problem with it only being 3 pips away. Unless you base it on the 1 hour here. The 1 hour has a lot of room. We're at the height of the range, exactly. That's why you wanna get out. That's why you wanna get out and just you rely on volume just to give you a quick push. Boop. I mean, it still could make its way up, but you're buying the top of the range. It's a tough spot. It's a very, very tough spot. You know? Let's see what gold is doing. Yeah, that's the. Let's see how the 1 hour closed though. Okay, it's technically, oh, it's not below this. But 30-minute is not back above the resistance. 15-minute is back in the range, but already tapped the top of the range. Yeah, this close in 12 minutes can do something for sure. I think GJ, yeah, GJ is moving nice now. But if I'm being honest, like this is the difference. If I'm being honest, I think I would have got out break even. I would have moved break even at this spot and got out because I didn't trust it. Like as much as I want to believe that, you know, I probably would have got out break even. So this is where I have to be honest with myself, because if we're looking at this position, we're right at the top of the range right now. You're right at the top of the range. So this is a tough place to trade, right at the top. Look where you're taking a buy. Like this is where the bottom is. You're taking a buy here. Not easy. So this is not the best position if you're looking at it. This is you're really squeezing everything you can squeeze out of the market right now. And the question is, we just tapped key level as well. So would you have gone break even at key level? The only way you can is if you don't go break even. But we all know that part of my plan is to go break even. So I respect that part of my plan. So without a break even plan, it's maybe okay. You might survive it, but then you have to accept the SL. Yo, man. Yep. But the question is that today's mixed bias, right? So it can also go down from there. Like that could be the retest to the top of the range here, and then we continue down for the rest of the session. If it was bullish bias, you expect it to maybe go up, right? Then it makes more sense. Okay, you're looking for buys today only. But if it's like mixed bias today, then there's obviously the opportunity of this still continuing down. So when this 15 closes bearish, you don't know if that's going to be a top, you know? Like right now, how many times, like, so that's my plan. Like, let's say, again, if I held past the first spot here and say I'm not going break even, I get in and then go break even at 13 pips in profit. Again, I'm stopped out break even now. But now the question is that the only way you survive these pullbacks is if you don't go break even. But it's a little bit silly not to, because you're buying right at the top of the range. So now you're trying to introduce a little bit of, you know,
you would need a break even regardless, because it's a mixed bias. You don't know which direction it's gonna go. It could flip at any time.
Exactly. So
yeah, go ahead.
No, my point is that the only way you can survive these pullbacks right now is if you just don't go break even, but then you accept that you can lose. I personally don't want to lose buying at the top of the range. It sounds silly, you know. How did you lose today? I bought the top of the range, you know. It's like, well, there you go. Even DAX could sell off here. If this 15-minute can chill, we have big liquidity grab. 5-minute, there's no setup yet. What is this line here? Previous 30. Let's see how it looks on 30. It's a previous 30-minute range. DAX could also wick fill here. I've seen this happen before. Grab liquidity, close above here, we can get a wick fill. So it's actually buys above, sell below situation on DAX. It's not bad. Gold as well, 8 minutes. That zone on the left, GJ, is too wicky. We need a volume, a lot of volume to push. Yeah, we do. And the question is like, you're hesitant, right? How did January go for you? I got crushed. A lot of fake outs for me. January was my strongest January I've ever had. Very, very well it went for me. I think in the whole of January, let's see how many losses I took in the whole of January. January from here, I took 2 losses in January. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins. 7 wins and 2 losses. And some big wins as well. 64 points, 42 points. So it was pretty good. But I've had my fair few of rough Januaries. You know, last year, January, I was down 0.5%. The year before, I was down 3%, 2.5. So this was very, very nice. But markets were moving well in what I was looking at, you know. A lot of fake outs will probably be timing issue, man. It's a timing issue. When you get fake outs, it's a timing issue. Depends what you're trading though. Maybe you're trading something I wasn't trading and that's why you got fake outs. Do you only buy and sell if there is structure even though it closes above or below? No, I mean, there could be structure before it closes above or below. I don't need it right before it. It's better, of course. But again, if you've had like this example, this is a good example. Like we had structure, but the close below here was 70 pips. Like that's a shitty close. I'm new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe. I would appreciate that. Greatly appreciated. Helps me grow and get this information out to more people. And hopefully they can benefit from it. 4 minutes for DEX. Market weight on Jolt numbers today. GJ needs some more drive to eventually pass 193 here. Yeah, I saw that you were saying that long term you're still looking at GJ, but these last couple of days you don't like the way it's moving. Yeah, yesterday it broke my heart. Can I pay for your mentorship and you refine the strategy that I already have? Give me some input on how to improve. Depends on what your strategy. If your strategy is price action, for sure. If it's not price action, probably not, because I trade price action. So it might be contradicting, because somewhere where you might be looking for sells, I might be looking for buys. So in that sense, maybe my mentorship is not going to be helpful for you. Psychologically wise, of course. Discipline wise, of course. But in terms of pure technical wise, which is why what you're asking here, probably not, because you asked about strategy. But anything outside of strategy, of course. But in terms of strategy, no. I'm not going to tell you to buy something where I don't have experience on, because I don't know how you trade. So I can't give you input. I can give you input on all of the stuff I do when I trade, right? I do have a lot of experience in the markets and can pretty much give a lot of information on anything. But my best information that is going to be accurate is going to be on what? The stuff I do, right? DAX sell on 50-minute worth it? Yeah, it might be, but we have to see how it closes. The dumps, you know what DAX is like. You can't really make the assumption. You know, you just have to run stops actually above just the bodies here. But this is what I mean. If this keeps going, it's going to be tough. But on 5 minutes, even hard to sell right now. Yeah, impulsive market. These last, not yesterday actually. Actually, yesterday was a little bit impulsive towards the end of London. Let's see. I mean, hindsight, this looks good, right? Sell here. But you're right at support, right? 1 hour still close bullish at the time. You're sitting inside of the range. This is the range. This is the range. Close back in the range. Fill the range. Come back. Need to close back out. Sell option on DAX. Yeah, but actually we haven't had a pullback. So if this does this, that's a sell option there. You have a sell option there if this does this. This might turn even into buys, you know. This is the thing with mixed bias. And when DAX is in a range like this, it's pretty inconsistent. Can go up, can go down, can do all of this bullshit that it does back here, you see. Go up, go down, whatever. Wow, so gold actually flipped back bullish. Wow, okay. So that changes quite a bit here for ourselves. Because I was pretty certain gold was going to close bearish here to give me my sells back towards the lows of the range. But this is why waiting for candle closures is extremely important. Because this happened in the last couple of minutes here. Last couple of minutes we're seeing this. So what does that tell us? That, okay, candle closures are king because this is giving us the information we need. Because check this out now. Imagine you're in a sell. And who remembers about FOMOing into the sell back here? Well, guess what? For trying to capture 48 pips, you've just lost 70 pips. Not very good, is it? Not very good, is it? Gold looking sad. It ain't looking sad, it's just doing something different. Question is, if this is shit's gonna go up, where can we take buys? The 1 hour looks nice if the 1 hour can close like this, but it's a long time. 30-minute looks good as well. If 30-minute can close like this in 15 minutes, that, whoa. Never mind. Hello gold, good morning. Nice to see you awake. Didn't give a shit about all of this mess to the left here. 11 pips. How big was stop? 50 pips? 42 actually. 42, where's 1 to 1? That's nuts. Pumped heavy same time yesterday? Yeah, I just want to set up so I don't buy into resistance. It pumps same time, but it could be direction neutral, right? Volume is direction neutral. GJ even pumped with that. So GJ ended up playing out, which is extremely interesting here. And GJ is tough. Like, even this looks perfect in hindsight here, but I would have been out break even. I would have gone break even at key level here and it would have come back and tapped me out for sure. Sab, someone's come when you drive, do you mind leaving? I'm watching your videos from your mentorship now, it's amazing. Thanks brother, thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad it's helping. See what Yas has done here. What have Yas done here? Oh, I double opened it. What time frame is this? Jesus. 2 minutes? What made you buy there? What was your plan behind that? Out of GJ? 5 seconds ago you said that you're leaving GJ. Now you're saying you're out of GJ? Come on, bro. Don't break your plan, man. Be accountable to what you say. That's like me saying, okay guys, I took GJ buys. I didn't tell anyone. But 2 minutes ago when GJ was moving bad, you said, I'm not taking GJ. I'm leaving it for this week. And now all of a sudden, when it's playing out, You're saying you took it. Come on, man. Stay accountable to yourself. That is BS. That is BS. Don't do that shit. And that's how you get cooked long term. Long term, there's a mistake waiting to happen. You give back anything you make. How does that help? How does what help? Was scouting 4-hour higher low and confluence for me, 15-minute OS and 2-minute structure. You mean this 15-minute close bullish? I don't think that's back in the range. Something I won't do personally myself. Say I took it when I didn't? Exactly. Can we try 1-minute structure? Gold has created one. For what though? You know, you don't want to FOMO in because you still need a setup. There's 1-minute structure, but what are you going to do with this 1-minute structure? Buy into resistances? You're going to break the plans and buy into all these? You could get lucky today, but I can't tell you how much that works. You could try it. Just press buy, see what happens. Close your eyes. You could lose, you could win. But how many times can we repeat this? That is our question. Honestly, the 30-minute close above was looking perfect, man. That's a shame. That's a real shame. This was looking really good. Something perfectly like this. Look at this. Clean candles on a 30-minute. Put stop loss on a 30-minute. Probably like a 40 pip stop loss here. Let's see what that stop loss would have been. Yeah, 46 pips. First target here, 30 pips. 1-to-1. Damn, 1-to-1 is all the way up here. Shit. But I think with this volume, should be able to hit it. Still big. Tradesharpe, you meant me? Yep, I meant you, bro. I trade my system. 1 second, I might not see a deal. The next second, there is. Yeah, I'm quoting to, I read the chat, man. In the chat here, you said here in the chat, let me read you what you said. No arguing, I'm trying to actually help. But if you don't need my help, then it's fine. I don't really care, it doesn't bother me. Let's go find it in the chat here. Good, people have been speaking a while. Man, the chat is not showing replay here. Anyways, I read out what you said. Yeah, we have freaky moves on GJ since yesterday. I'm still a team long term, but not touching it at the moment. That's what I was referring. So Dax, what do you want to do here, brother? No 5-minute pullback. Give me setup 2 down, please. Okay, GJ found resistance. That's interesting. So how much move did this go? I'm just calculating ASP here, guys. 23. Just want to see. I'm just interested ASP what's going on before we see that. See, today the 1 minute would have worked out, man. But can you answer me how many times that will work out in the future? So the 1 minute strategy, the video's in WAP. I recommend you watch it. It is correct. This is the correct 1 minute structure you're looking for, but this is not the area you do it in. You do it in a breakout move, not when we have this resistances and this choppy zone. So the structure you said was correct. Give you 10 points for that. You know? GJ buys were valid. They were valid, but you can't have a break-even plan. So for me, I would have been stopped out break-even on this. Because I have a break-even plan. So I would have got stopped out break-even. But they were valid. Like, it was a valid setup, yes. But I would have actually gone aggressive break-even here. Got stopped break-even. Even if I didn't go aggressive break-even here, I'd go break-even at the key level here, 193. Would have got stopped break-even. So both ways here, out break-even. Is gold a buy if it comes back? Yeah, if you do get a pullback, you could be looking to get into a buy, but with the way it's moving right now, it's pretty a mess with this range we have to the left. Like, this would just be volume trading. I don't really do volume trading. I do clean range trading. I look for clean ranges, not just volume, because you can see clean ranges, but you can't see volume, right? Only till after the fact, right? Like, I can't predict that volume would come in exactly right now, but what I can predict is that during this time, if there's a clean range and there's a setup, there's a high chance that volume should be able to continue it, because I'm trading in volume time. Check out GJ30 is very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles we're working on bullish. 6 candles is its limit. And we haven't done that in a long time actually, since back here. How many was this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can find a 6 candle push. Guess this. This is 5. Thoughts about waiting on retest 192.737 what? 739 retest? I mean, if it comes back there, you know. But by the time it comes back there, this whole shit might flip. That's what GJ does, right? 4 hours bearish. So you might, if it comes back to 700, you might just see the 4 hour try to make the flip. Today I'm finding gold impossible to trade. I'm out to NY. Have a good session. Wow, that's great. Great. Look at that decision making. Very good. Very, very, very good. Markets are tough this morning. Yeah, they're quite impulsive in weird ranges, you know. It's not the easiest, no, but you make your life harder if you try to do something and lose, right? And that's the key thing, you know. Who can explain Harry's strategy in one comment briefly? Okay, that's a challenge for YouTube chat. That's a challenge for YouTube chat. Price action. I guess yeah, that counts. Press buy, sell and hope. Flabbergasting, patience. One word, patience strategy. He has a patience strategy. It works, man. 34 losses. 34 losses in... How long is this? I've been streaming for 2 years, but tracking... So I can only prove what I've tracked because that's been obviously live. 7th, so yeah. What is that? 1.5 years? 1.5 years. One and a half years. It's pretty damn good if you ask me. Structure and price action. Trade what you see. Yeah, that's fine. Press sell and let Jesus take the wheel. I think we take a lot more buys than sells. Let's go see how many buys I've taken compared to sells. I've taken 130 buys and I've taken 63 sells. So, double. Obviously, I have a preferred direction, but I'm a little bit more accurate on my sells. Check this out, 77% win rate on just sells. Anything above 70% win rate is good. Wonder what the win rate would be if you were good as back then you are as you are now. I think the markets were easy enough back then that it would be the same, because GJ was just freaking buy, setup one, breakout every day. Do you have to live stream to trade, or is it an option? What do you mean, do I have to live stream to trade? No, of course, I can trade by myself. I live stream by choice. Look at Dax, nice dump here. What's gold saying? Yeah, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to make a decision here. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. It's a tough. I feel like if I continue looking at this, I'm just going to feel like I want to take something for the sake of it. I was checking out DAX for a minute for sells, but now it's just getting lower and lower and lower, and no pullbacks even on a 5 minute for me to get in. And that's how it's going to be sometimes. Not every day it's going to be something you can capitalize on. If I'm looking back at the session, the only option I could have gone on was actually GJ. But GJ, I can guarantee 100% I would have been out break even, because if I wouldn't have breaked even at this level here, which I'd be pissed off if I lost after I didn't, and I would blame myself for not going break even. I would have breaked even at the key level. We've seen reaction from in the past here of this key level, and then it did react off the key level and would have come back to entry and then would have played out. So it would have been actually more pissing off, because I would have got tapped break even just for it to play out, and then I'd be discussing should I have gone break even, and then I would just find out that yes, I should have. So yeah, I appreciate everyone. I'm going to catch you guys on stream tomorrow. We have New York session today. I know you guys on stream don't join us for New York session, but I'll be sending my plans out. And let's see, New York yesterday has been very active. Gold looks like it has volume. So today we could see some nice activity on that. Today's Tuesday, yeah, but I'm talking about New York session in general. Like, they don't get my plans for New York session, so they don't trade it with us. And yeah, that's it, man. That's it. So maybe something comes in the next hour. I can't say. Maybe gold sells might play out, but I'll be updating with the guys in exclusive. I'm going to answer some questions now. Chill out, and I'll hopefully catch you guys tomorrow. So leave a subscribe so you show up tomorrow. Let's kill it. Whole month ahead. Looking forward to it. And yeah, let's get it. Let's get it, guys. All right. Take care all, and peace. See you guys.